Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno, the founder of Real Men Real Style, and today I'm going to be talking about wearing a suit jacket with jeans, how can a man do it, and things you need to look out for. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the best way to have these videos brought right to you. In addition, if you like this, if you find it useful, I would appreciate a like down below. I'm also going to link you to a great article which I've gone in and I talk about all these points. And that's right down there below. And finally, if you want to learn more about men's style, I've got this great 47-page ebook. And if you haven't read it, you need to grab it. Okay, so this is something that I've written about. I've had people ask me about. How do you wear a suit jacket with jeans? And there are going to be people out there, especially on the forums, and they're going to say, never wear a suit jacket with jeans. And these are the same guys that you should never spend more than less than $500 on a pair of dress shoes. And, some other things which, we're all going to, at the end of the day, we want to make better use of the clothing we have. And a lot of us find that we've got a suit, it's older, we've torn the trousers, and maybe we've lost the trousers. But in any case, we've got this jacket. We want to make use of it because, gosh, we spent money on it and we want to get the most out of our money and make use of that jacket. So there are three things which I think you need to pay attention to. You need to look at the type of jacket. You need to look at the type of jeans you're going to be wearing with. And you need to look at the occasion that you'd be wearing the jeans with the suit jacket. And I'm not talking about sports jackets and jeans here, nor am I talking about blazers and jeans. Those are separate subjects, and those are their own animal. Because when you're talking about a suit jacket, you're talking about a jacket that was actually made as a suit. It wasn't made as an odd jacket. It was made as a suit jacket to be worn with a pair of suit trousers. At some point, we've lost the suit trousers. Now, let me throw out the one point. If this is your only suit, and it's a good suit, and again, it's your only suit, you do not want to be wearing that suit jacket or those trousers separate. You want to keep those together. Because if that's your only suit, that you only have that because of special occasions, of weddings, of funerals, of times when you just need to have that suit. And when you need that suit, you're probably not going to, because you don't wear it every day, you're not going to, there are all these other factors you're going to be worried about. You do not want to, go to grab that and find that, wow, I've worn this jacket 20 times. I've worn the pair of trousers once, and wow, there's a different shade of color here. Because when you wear something and you're out in the sun and for hours and hours, it can adjust the color. If you send it off to the cleaners by itself without the trousers, all of a sudden, you'll see a bit of fade, and you're not going to see it until you're out in the sunlight or you're under light, which all of a sudden, wow, that doesn't even look like a suit anymore. So make sure if that's your only suit, you do not wear it you do not try to wear it with jeans. I'm talking about the case in which you've got a jacket and you're trying to make sense. Hey, can I use this? Maybe you're in a thrift store and you find this old suit jacket, but you think it could go good with jeans. Okay, so let's get back to the 3 points. Number one is the type of jacket. So first, try it on. Does it fit you? If it doesn't fit you and it can't be adjusted to fit you, don't go any farther. You don't want to wear this. The second part is the style. Now, does this suit jacket look like it's from the 1970s? And maybe that's your style. Maybe that's where you're in a creative field and you're trying to pull this off. You got the huge lapels there, or you've got a little bit of psychedelic color. If that's your style, go for it. You can go to the next point. But if it's not, and you're trying to, you're just breaking into this, don't go past this. Now, number three, let's look at the fabric. Okay, if it is a navy blue, well, one thing that you can do, if it fits you and the style's good, we'll change out those buttons, and all of a sudden you've got a blazer. And that's pretty cool. And when you change out those buttons, which you can do yourself or pay a seamstress or tailor, and that'll cost you $15 to $20. You go buy the buttons at Joann's or some type of, buy them online. In any case, all of a sudden, that doesn't look like a suit. You've actually turned that into a blazer, because that's basically what a blazer is. It's a jacket that's got the whole nautical theme. I've got a blazer. I put mother of pearl buttons on. You can put a wide variety of buttons on there. But you want to upgrade from the plastic or, just the very plain Jane looking buttons on a navy suit, because otherwise it's going to look like a navy suit that you're trying to wear as a blazer. So go ahead and make the full transformation for it. Now, if it's a dark gray suit or a gray suit, I find that's kind of in the iffy area. I actually don't like gray jackets. I think that you should keep your trousers gray, and then you can change everything else around the trousers. But that's a case-by-case basis. I say no on grays, but black, you can pull that off in the evening. That's more of like a night look. And if you've got the right color hair, if you've got black hair, you can pull off black. If you've got blonde hair with light skin, don't go black. It's going to be too stark of a contrast. But black, again, is pretty iffy, but I'll lean yes on that. Grays, iffy, but I'll lean no on that. Okay, so now we're getting, light grays are the only exception. And light grays can be worn as sports jackets. I've seen that, especially if you've got if you're wearing them with a darker pair of jeans, and I think it can look pretty good. Tweeds. So if you find a tweed jacket that was once part of a tweed suit, you're gold, because tweed is one of the most popular sports jacket fabrics. And basically at the end of the day, you want this suit jacket that you're going to try to wear as a sports jacket. Basically, you want it to look like it didn't necessarily belong with a suit, like it was kind of like it was an odd jacket. And when I say odd jacket, that means it was made not necessarily to be with a matching pair of trousers. So tweeds, herringbones, all of those things that have, like a check pattern in them or a window pane, that's great because that looks a bit eccentric. I mean, it's still got the form and the shape of a good jacket, but the fabric's a little bit out there, and that's exactly what you want to look for in a sports jacket. Number 2, jeans. So let's look at that denim. Let's look at those jeans. If you're a young man and if you're in a rock band, then go ahead and go for the faded look with torn up, go for it. If you're not in a rock band or you're not, super fashion advanced, you want to go for dark, well-fitted, slim jeans that are going to look good. And I'm not talking skinny jeans. I'm talking just jeans that fit your body type. Obviously, if you're a big guy, you're not going to want to wear slim jeans. But you want to go, the darker jeans, I really like them because usually when you're wearing a jacket, you're kind of upping the ante. You're becoming a little bit dressier. And the slim, dark, well-fitted jeans, they just look better with it, in my opinion. You can go with medium-colored jeans. Just don't go with the dad jeans that aren't fitted very well. And I mean, I'm a dad myself, but I don't wear jeans that, probably a good example is look at Joseph Biden, the vice president. And, don't look at him in a pair of jeans. It's not a pretty sight. Okay, last but not least, the occasion. Is this an event which you can even pull off something like this? Because wearing a suit jacket with a pair of dark, high-quality denim that, let's say, cost you $200, that's still not a suit, and it doesn't equate to one. And if they're asking for suits to be worn, you need to have a proper suit. But if this is a casual affair or a business casual event in a town like, let's say, Austin, Texas, Madison, Wisconsin, you can probably pull it off. You need to know where you're taking it, though. It's a little bit of an advanced style technique and something that I think a lot of men can pull off if they just look into it. I think it always looks better than even a guy wearing a pair of khakis and a dress shirt and a tie. I personally can rock a pair of denim with Western boots with one of my nice custom-made sports jackets. It's the benefit of being a custom clothier. But no, I don't like to wear a tie very often. And I feel that look suits me and suits where I come from. So that's at the end of the day, you need to be comfortable, practice wearing it, look at yourself in the mirror, look at the shoulder pads too on the suit. I'm jumping back to what type of jacket it is, but if the shoulder pads are too structured, it may not work well. Try to go for something with natural shoulders. Unless you have no shoulder build at all, then you would want to go with a bit of a structured shoulder. All right, so that is how you wear a suit jacket with jeans. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.